Hi, I'm Ashley, self-proclaimed resources nerd and staff member at Futures Northwest. In this series, Northwest Career and College Connections, I'll be interviewing folks from local colleges and apprenticeship programs in Whatcom and Skagit County to highlight new and important information so that you can take your next step after high school with confidence. Today's guest is the fantastic Bree Olason from Bellingham Technical College. Bree is answering questions today about admissions, resources, and financial aids so that you're supported in making your dream into a reality. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single opportunity to support your future success. Got a question? Leave it in the comments section below. Welcome, Bree. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. So let's just start off by finding out a little bit more about you and your role at BTC.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in Whatcom County, and then I attended Western Washington University after high school, where I got my Bachelor's of Arts in Cultural Anthropology, and then I got my TESOL certificate, which is teaching English to speakers of other languages. I'm currently going back for my master's degree in adult and higher education. Through my whole education experience, I knew that I really enjoyed working with students, but not in that typical classroom setting, like as a teacher. Yeah. And so I landed at BTC about 3 years ago in my current role as an admissions and outreach specialist. And I have really, two positions at BTC combined into one. I do admissions and outreach. On the admissions side, I help students get through the admissions process. So whether that's applying, assessing your starting point, getting prepared to meet with an academic advisor, as well as I do the outreach side. So I work with all of the local high schools. So whether that's in Whatcom, Skagit, Island County, I work at the schools where I help you through the admissions process at your school. And I put on lots of big events at BTC. So whether that's like tour day or try a trade, or maybe just the weekly campus tours, I really help you start your process at BTC.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite thing about working at BTC, being a part of the community, and what would you say is most unique?
Absolutely. So probably one of my favorite things about BTC is that we're a small knit campus. We're really there all for the same reason, and that's to be, student centered, but also community driven. Some things that are unique about BTC, I'll just, there's so many things, but I'll focus on three. One is that a lot of our programs are focused in a cohort model. So what that means is there's a program you only start once a year in the fall quarter, but you get to stick with that same group of students that you start with and move throughout the sequence of classes together. As well, those classes are pretty small. They can range from 10 students to about 24 students. So we really focus on those small class sizes, but in that cohort model. Yeah. Another thing that makes BTC unique is we focus on hands-on learning, and that's in any of our programs, students go to BTC because they really enjoy hands-on learning, right? You're still going to have the theory-based learning, but then you get to go into the shops or labs or kitchen where you really get to, practice what you're learning in the theory, whether that's like out of the textbook or presentation. So, for the automotive tech program, when you go into their shop, it feels like you're at a mechanic shop, right? Or if you go into a nursing lab, it feels like you're in a hospital. Mm-hmm. The last thing that I would say, there's so many, but the third thing that I would say is really our connection to the community and to Whatcom County. So we really prepare our students and support them for their employment after BTC. We have advisory committee boards on each of our programs where they help inform and develop our curriculum to make sure that the students are prepared for employment opportunities locally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
What would be your advice for incoming first-generation college students?
Absolutely. So as a first-generation college student, I understand that the higher education process can be challenging or confusing. It's very different from high school. So
Mhm.
as a first generation college student, personally, I would say one is to advocate for yourself,
Yeah.
as well as being proactive. At BTC, over half of the students who are degree seeking are first generation college students. We also have so many staff who were also first generation college graduates
Mhm.
and have lived through those experiences. So we really, we're really sensitive to this population, and we incorporate a lot of our practices around first generation college students.
Mhm.
So an example of that is our Get Started appointment. So this is your third step in the admissions process, where it's required that you meet with an academic advisor before you start classes, so
Yeah.
that we can set you up for success, as well as getting your plan so that you can graduate. We also have completion coaching and trio. So that's like a personal success coach. They really just help you navigate through the college process.
Mhm.
It may be, a supportive community of BTC students and staff, which includes peer mentoring. You get, small group and personalized academic tutoring. They also have some great events that they put on throughout the year. I know this last November in 2019, they put on their first campus-wide event called the National First Generation College Celebration, which included, just celebrating first generation students at BTC and providing opportunities to share stories, and experiences with one another.
Yeah.
We're hoping in 2020 that we plan to grow the celebration with our BTC Foundation supporting a scholarship for it too.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You'd mentioned community a little bit, and I love like how the cohort model and how the whole campus really supports first gen students. What would be like additional community building activities that you would recommend, like clubs or anything else? What is available?
Yeah. So many of our programs actually have specific clubs where they travel locally, nationally, and some even internationally,
Mhm.
to really support the professional development of students. So
Yeah.
first you'd want to look at your program. I know that our automotive technology program students, every fall they go to the SEMA show, which is in Las Vegas. Our dental hygiene students have traveled to Jamaica, where they get to provide free dental care for low income students. And then I know like our process technology students have traveled to Texas to tour the College of the Mainland to really look at, the refinery industry down in the South.
Mhm.
I asked my student ambassadors this, the BTC student ambassadors that work in the admissions office, and they said, community building is really easy at BTC. Your first stop, you'd want to go to the top floor of our campus center building where we have our student center. That's where you can attend, the student senate meetings. You can easily join, or you could start a club. They also have some awesome ASBTC, which is the Associated Students of BTC events. So for example, I know every year they do, or I believe it's every quarter, they do a grocery bingo. So it's really easy to build community at BTC. But again, as a first generation college student, you need to be proactive and looking for those resources too.
Yep, absolutely. Don't be shy about asking.
Yeah.
Um, Okay. So, what would be the top three resources that you would recommend a student connect with right away?
So the first would be the BTC Foundation.
Hmm.
The BTC Foundation, their whole mission is to change lives by expanding access to quality education for BTC students. So what that means is that they are fundraising and doing large events
Hmm.
for our donors who donate money to BTC scholarships. I know that last year we received over $600,000 in donations, and we awarded over $360,000 to BTC students for scholarships. Um,
Yes.
and I believe over 300 students had received an application or had received a scholarship. So that's over 53% of the students were received an award, which is great. The BTC Foundation Scholarship is open every spring, and it closes the end of June, so June 30th.
Okay.
So the BTC Foundation Scholarship is the first resource. The second scholarship or second resource would be library services. I asked our ambassadors, and all 4 of them said library services. They have the student help desk, so if you forget your password or need assistance accessing a resource, that's a great tool to use. They also have research workshops. You can also check out items at the library, so whether of course that's books, but also laptops. I know that a lot of classes may be moving to an online format for their theory portion of the class. They have hotspots, so if you don't have reliable internet at your home, you can check out a hotspot, so you can bring Wi-Fi to your home. You can also check out like cameras and webcams, bike locks, calculators, all that good stuff. As well as you can book a librarian. So if you need help with any research papers or anything like that, the librarians are really friendly and very helpful with questions regarding research for papers. And then the last resource I'll mention is our admissions and advising office. Maybe I'm being biased because I work in that office. But we have a wonderful and very friendly team, which includes our completion coaches. So whether you just want to meet with a coach and talk about time management, whether that's figuring out your school schedule and your part-time work schedule. We have academic advisors and navigators to make sure that they're setting you up for success and getting you to that graduation timeline. And then we also have some mental health counselors. So if you just want to talk with someone, that we're all here for you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Bree, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing all of this information with us.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Awesome. So for more detailed information on today's video and other resources, check out the show notes and feel free to leave any questions or comments for Bree or myself. Remember to subscribe and like this channel for more resources and taking your next step after high school with confidence. If you want even more great resources, check out our website at FuturesNW.org, and I hope to see you next time on Northwest Career and College Connections. Bye!